picnic yesterday?
Very good.
Okay, can I have your attention please? We are starting our workshop. Today we are going to talk about content marketing. Content marketing is nowadays one of the, well, I think this is the most important trend in marketing right now. But before we start talking about content marketing, we are going to learn how to create the target group, how to specify the potential audience, because this is the foundation on every marketing. You need to define what exactly is your audience, and to define your audience, we need to prepare some special profile. This profile is named buyer personas, and at the beginning. Our work today, I have some case for you. This is case of one of my portal. I told you about this yesterday, IT Flow. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about the campaign what I ran a few months ago. So one important thing. I told you yesterday that marketing isn't a magic. There isn't something like the perfect marketing, ideal marketing. There is a lot of schools of marketing. Every marketer can have completely different opinion. So during this workshop, I will present you my point of view, my experience. I'm going to present you what works in my work, what doesn't. But you need to decide, you need to test later if it works as well for you, okay? Because in this industry, between marketers there is a lot of fights in some issues, some questions, some cases. So every marketer can have completely different opinion on in some case. So remember, I am presenting you only the results of my job, of my works, and you need to decide if is it useful for you. I suppose it is. It could be. But later you need to test it. You can't believe anything before you test it. Okay? So we can start our case. This is my website. I don't know why, but in Projector there is always the mobile version. So for example, you don't have the navigation here, but anyway, not so important. This is website for IT professionals, for developers, for programmers, for database administrators, and so on. You know what I'm talking about, yes? The IT guys, technology people, well, computers, no girlfriends. So it's a very difficult market. Because nowadays we have really huge demand for this kind of IT, for this kind of professionals. There is a lot of websites in internet where you have only the job offers only for this kind of experts, and there is a big fight between companies to hire developers, programmers. So. For us, business model, so the way how we earn the money in this case is to mediate between developers who are ready to change a job, not to find a job because there is no unemployment in IT sector. So the people who are ready to change a job, and we need as well find the companies who are ready to pay us to find for them the reliable developers, programmers, IT professionals. So our income, our revenue is the commission, 10% of annual salary for every hired developer. So if, for example, a developer, average salary in Germany for a Java developer with 5 years of experience is 50,000 of euro for 1 year. If any company would like to use our service, they need to pay us 10% of the annual salary of this expert. Well, so this is our business model. So first thing what we need to do is to convince these IT guys to leave us their resumes and to let us find for them a job. And it's not easy task because there is a lot of companies like this who want to mediate in this recruitment process. And so what we did, we used the content marketing strategy. And what exactly is content marketing? We will talk later. But first, I would like to present you a few statistics. So we start our marketing, our campaign in the middle of August, and we run it for 2 months. After 2 months, we achieve our goals, and our goal was to get 1,000 of resumes from IT professional. So here you can see here is the period of time, 20 September till 90 October. In this date, we finish our campaign. So in these 30 days, from completely zero, on our website, we had 70,000 unique visitors. You know what unique visitor is? So if some person visit your website, well, and later, for example, visit you again and again 5 times, so you have only 1 unique visitor. Okay, do you understand this?
Yes.
Okay. So from completely zero, in 2 months we had around later to the end of October we reached the limit 100 of thousands unique visitors on our website. So we create a few viral campaigns. We focus on the articles, and we create some kind of reports. What would be interesting for this kind of guy. So for example, you can see the ranking 10 best countries to live for software engineers, and it works really well because here you can see is more than 4,000 of share on Facebook. Well, Twitter is not so good, but it's quite nice on LinkedIn. And in 2 months, this article was viewed 200 of thousands times, so it's pretty well.
Sorry.
So in 2 months we get 20,000 of likes on our Facebook, but it isn't so important because nowadays the number of likes it's not so significant for your marketing. The more important is the data what you can get about the people who are interested in things you do. But anyway, it's a very nice indicator for marketing. So I told you about our reports as a content marketing. Here you can see that there was interesting for our audience, because here you can see for some particular post more than 500 of likes and 400 of shares on Facebook. And for example, here it's more than 1,000 likes for another one report. Yes, so this is the result of our content marketing. And what I'm going to teach you today is how you can achieve similar result with your work. And you need to decide if it could be useful for you in your work in the future. And of course you need to test it. Okay? So, before we start our campaign, for 2 months, I collected the data about our audience. What I exactly did. For 2 months, I explored the internet for the places where the IT guys are sitting. A lot of forums, a lot of Facebook groups, Google Plus groups, and I just observed. I observed their behavior, observe what are their needs, their problems, how they react, and some specific questions. And I try not to promote anything. I just need to understand first who they are, how they react, what is his behavior, what are their emotions, what convince them to do some action. I need to get more data as possible. So after these 2 months collecting the data, I could start prepare the content, what I knew that is exactly what this guy would like to see. And to do this, I need to prepare my target group. Most important rule, your target never should to be everyone. Well, I can hear a lot of times that when I am speaking with some company and who is your target group? You know, well, we're selling stuff and everyone can buy it. So, well, our target group is everyone. Or maybe our target groups are the women and that's it. Well, if this is your target group, it doesn't work. It just won't work. You need to specify very carefully your audience. You need a lot of details, a lot of information to do this. And now I'm going to present you a very useful tool which help you to specify your audience. This is the questionnaire of buyer persona. What is buyer persona? This is the fake persona, what you pretend that this is an example of your audience. That this persona represent the big part of your audience. And for example, you just need to fill up all this, you need to answer all these questions. This is the questionnaire for B2B business. You know what is the difference between B2B business and B2C? B2B business is when when you sell your services or product to the other companies. So business to business, B2B. B2C is when you sell your product or service to the regular people. So for example, if you are a software house, you are preparing the software for other companies, so you are B2B. And if you are selling sports shoes to the regular people, you are B2C, business to customer. Okay, so this is the questionnaire for B2B. And you need to, if you want to if you need to specify very well your potential audience, you need to find as more data as possible. And what is significant for me, you even give a name to your fake personas. Why? Because it helps you to pretend that this is the real person. You need to think like this person because you need to prepare the content. You need to prepare the marketing for his or her. So, yes. Well, here we can see the difference between B2B and B2C. B2B is a little bit more complicated. Tell me right now, till this moment, are you understand what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Any questions? So what we are going to do right now is to specify our target group. Target group is the group of the people what could be potentially interested in our product or service. So we need to specify who exactly would like to buy something from us. Okay? So, as I told you, here is, I don't know, you can read this or not? There is a difference between B2B and B2C. Let's take the example of IT Flow. In IT Flow, we have two important target groups. First, this is the IT professionals, so the employees who want to change a job, well, the IT guys who have technology skills, and the second target group are the companies who want to hire developers, programmers, IT professionals. Okay, so we have completely different buyer personas for my business. Okay, how do you think? Who exactly would be my target group in B2B profile? Which department in other companies is interesting for me?
It's not clear. I don't see. Could you?
So my first question is, which department in the company could be interested in my service? Okay? Yes, exactly. So human resources. So here need I prepare the profile for some particular person. Okay, thank you. From human resources and specify who exactly is that person. Okay. So I need to get as many information as possible. Here, of course, I need to prepare the profile for IT guys, IT professionals, and in every case, I prepare at least 5 or even more the different profiles, because at the beginning I don't know exactly what gonna work. So in our workshops we focus on B2C because it's easier, and at the beginning it's not so good to start with B2B. So let's try to create a buyer persona for B2C for IT Flow. What do you think? What is the gender of most of my target group?
Men.
Okay. Why?
Because they're better at this, I guess.
Could you speak louder?
They are better with the technical part and
I wouldn't say they are better, but the answer is simply in this group, in this professional group, the balance between women and men is well, it's only 20% of women in this group. So this is the answer is just the number. Okay, the age.
from 20 to 35 maybe.
From 20. Okay, so let's try to find answer from 20 or from 25.
25
Why?
after study.
Exactly. Exactly. All profession. There is this is the IT sector, of course, and in IT sector you have a lot of different fields. You have developers, you have web developers, you have administrator, you have then security guys. It's I don't know, around 50 of professions in this sector. Okay. And financial situation. What do you think? Do you remember what I told you about this professional group yesterday?
They are rare and they're very good.
Mhm.
They are rare and so quite high, I guess.
Yeah. So how is it in your countries? The programmers, developers, how they, how much money they earn?
They're a well-paid area.
Exactly. So, for example, in this, in Poland, there are workshops, the trainings for the companies, for HR departments with title "How to keep IT guys in the company." How to keep him, okay? Because if you are the IT professional with more than 10 years of experience, there is no difference for you if you earn, for example, 15,000 of euros per month, or you earn 16,000 euros per month. In this stage of your career, IT career, completely different things are important than 1,000 more or less. Okay, so the financial situation of those guys, is really good. And what is their purpose? Why they could want to change a job and use our service?
Maybe they want to be more appreciated, maybe they want a new environment.
Yeah. Why not?
They
What's
want
more?
another challenge.
Hmm?
They want another challenge.
Yeah, this is very important. Challenge. Any more ideas?
They want to live in a different city, or now that they get the important thing is outside the world.
Yeah. For example, if you live in India, it's very significant now for our business, because a lot of people from India want to just escape this country, even if they are well-paid professional group. They prefer to live in Europe or in USA. So, but what else? Yes.
They
Well,
can evolve,
Hmm?
they can go to another step, or
Yeah, that's the new career opportunities. Yes. This is what you mean?
yes.
But there is one very important thing. Try to guess before I tell you. What could be the motivation for them to use this kind of service?
Because they cannot sell themselves.
Family? But what exactly?
For example, that they would have to work really a lot, and then they wouldn't have time, so they would say, okay, for this career, I can work less, and that's why I want to change.
Yeah, maybe this is the reason. Okay, but it's not what I mean. And yeah, yes.
I think they are not as good with speaking to in interviews.
Well, they cannot avoid the interviews anyway, because if they decide to take part in the recruitment process, later they need to have an interview. And my business partner who is a developer, told me that since the moment when he has a LinkedIn. You know what LinkedIn is?
Yes.
He never needed to find a job, because every week for the last 5 years, he received at least 5 new job offers, because the companies are looking for people like him. So, how do you think? What could be the reason? Okay, I'm going to tell you. First one, morning, dzień dobry. Czy możemy pomóc?
To jest zebranie przewodniczących.
Nie. Okay, how do you think? Why, for example,
The offer is higher than demand.
the offer?
It's higher than the demand.
Well,
You lose your interest in looking because people are trying to get you, so you lose your interest to start looking.
well, it's not it's maybe I don't know, but this is not the answer in my case. I'm going to give you some hint. Why for example, the rock stars, the famous singers, have managers?
They
Because
don't
they're
have to do
better
the job
than
themselves.
Hmm?
They don't have to do all the work themselves. If someone prepares the stuff, it's easy.
Oh,
For example,
exactly.
for Hotel, you have every offer, so you go on the page, you search all the offers in one place, and it's efficient, and that gets you check the potential employer, so
You're completely right. They are lazy. They don't need to do anything.
They need to.
They don't need to doing anything on their own because they are rich. They don't have time for this. They are lazy. They prefer if someone else do this job. And this is the answer. For them, this is easier. Just send us an email with their resume, their CV, and we are going to do all the stuff later. They don't need to think about the bureaucracy with moving to another country. They don't need to choosing the best offer, job offer, because we are doing this work. So this is the answer. Okay? Education. How do you think? What is the education in this case?
higher.
But
Not very high.
At least university.
at least in- wow. But which degree
Because
exactly?
you have to
Hmm?
work and learn all the time.
But what about people without study?
They can, I mean, they are well prepared, but if they want to evolve, if they want to have a higher position, they need actually a bachelor. If I, this is the feedback that I received from my friends.
And take a look. This is significant because now you look at this case from your experience. Yes? You works in completely different areas, and in your case, I suppose, in your countries, there is important if you want to achieve the next stage in your career to have a university degree. But how is it in IT sector? If you had a lot of projects, for example, you contribute to the open source software. You know what open source is? This is, for example, do you know Linux? Linux.
Yeah.
It's a free software, and thousands of developers from different countries contribute to this software. They are preparing the new programs, new software. They add some new features, and later they can write it in their CV. And this is more important for IT sector than degree and diploma from university. If you had some project, if you already did something, that means that you have skills to work, for example, for my company. So in this case, the education isn't so important.
But depends on the company, because like,
Of course, it always depends on the company, depends on the case, but in most of cases, for example, when I'm speaking with some companies, and the most important question for them isn't that this developer need to have degree from master degree. They need it, for example, if they are looking for web developers. We need to present some websites prepared by this guy. And if he prepared really good websites, in his past, it's enough for them to hire him. Okay, but of course it depends on the case. It's always depends on the case, depends on the company. But what we are doing in the marketing is to choose the option what is the most profitable. And in my case, in this case exactly, the most profitable option is to this is the menu of your template, and over here you can change everything. For example, you can change the picture, you can change the size of the font, you can change everything what you wish. And we are not going to do it right now because you can do it alone and it's very intuitive, it's very easy. But I just wanted to show you where you can do it. Okay. So right now we going further. Now we need to start to install a plugin. What are plugins? Plugins are a software. It's like computer programs, but for your website. So, if on your computer you have a Windows and you have a lot of small program like some, I don't know, Adobe Photoshop, Winamp, and something else. Yes. So this is the operating system, and those are the programs, the software. Do you understand it? And for your website is that here is a WordPress, and over there are plugins. Yes. So this is a software, the little programs what let you to manage your website exactly in this way what you wish. And right now we are going to implement the first very important plugin, SEO by Yoast. How to do it?
Go to plugin.
Go to your dashboard and find the button Plugins and click Add New.
Can we also find the CSS?
Okay. Over here, you have a browser for plugins. You need to type here something like this. SEO by Yoast. Can you see it? SEO by Yoast.
Yoast, SAT.
Yeah. SEO by Yoast.
And is that corporate guy with a key and drinking? Or is this
Over here, do you have a browser? I don't know what is it. Is it yours? But just hide it, and I suggest you later to disinstall it because I don't know what is it, but
like that.
so don't click it and later reinstall it. So here you need to type SEO by Yoast. Okay, and later when you type it in your browser, click enter and search for this plugin. And over there, the first one with this guy,
The guy with the Red Bull. The guy with the Red Bull.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's a Red Bull, why not? Click install now.
Pepsi.
Okay, tell me now, who has a Gmail account? Put your hands in the air, okay. In every group there is at least one person with Gmail account? Okay. So right now, in the other window of your browser, log in into your Gmail account.
We don't have it.
I have.
Create one. Dar nu o să te blocheze când din altă țară să spun întrebare de aia care ai pus-o pe acolo și nu știi răspuns?
Eu am avut-o.
I don't have Gmail. Because I know.
Am unul. Am. No, nu mi-a zis. Trebuie să fii space.
Okay, so right now we are going to implement the Google Analytics. The Google Analytics is a basic tool for the marketing, for any marketing. Do you remember what I told you before, that do not invest even 1 cent if you cannot measure the effect of your marketing. And the best weapon of the marketer is a data. Without data, you cannot decide about nothing in your marketing. Your marketing will be not efficient without significant data. And the Google Analytics let you to collect the best data you could wish. Yes, I don't know why I choose the marketing. I don't want to write it. All right. Go to Google search right now. And type in search Google Analytics. And follow the link when you have google.com analytics. And right now, here you should have the button log in. Do you have it? Maybe it's in your national language. Click it and log in into your Gmail account.
Mine is not working.
You don't have it?
It's not, my Gmail account is not working.
Maybe you forgot your password. That's it. It's just about the account.
Okay, so this is my Gmail account, one from my fake accounts. I have hundreds of them.
Oh my god.
And log in. I have my
So?
Oh, I paid for it. There's a lot of websites on the internet when you can buy the picture. And you,
I haven't.
You have it.
Yes.
You have?
I haven't.
Oh. Then it's maybe.
I have a lot of money
But I have upside down.
Ah, sì, vale, vale.
for a
Estoy en la
picture.
misma.
Okay, so you should to see something like this after login. Do you have it? Do you have it?
Yeah.
Not yet.
Yeah, because of the internet.
Now it's
Okay.
upside
No,
down.
no,
Yeah.
no,
Oh, okay, it's the same.
no, don't make,
No.
don't make changes.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Did you succeed? Over there, here is the button registration. Here is in Polish. In your case, it should be in English or your national language. Registration, you need to click on it.
I have another Gmail account.
You have another, but does it
Gmail
work for
account.
you or not? Because I can, well,
I don't know. We will see. No?
hmm? Yes, yes, yes.
My concern, but I have already the on my website, so.
Okay, but
Yeah.
but anyway, you are only in 2 in groups, yes?
Yeah.
So it will be important for you to know how to implement this. So just follow my advice and.
Should I create a very fast account?
No. It doesn't matter because if you implement the code to the other websites, it changes anything. Okay. Later, after this exercise, I'm going to delete all this website. So it change anything in your Google Analytics and it change anything in my. Okay. Do you have it or not? Click on registration.
As an account of Gmail. That with
And you should see something like this.
Can create one. Just create
Well, why is it not in English?
Do you need a Google account, a Gmail account?
no, we just created another one.
Ah, okay.
Or we can create another one.
Yeah, we can create
Okay. The first place is for name of your account. And it doesn't matter what you type here. It could be, for example, the name of your group, group 1, group 2, or something like this. I'm going to write test.
Sim, infatti. Certamente questo
And over here there is the name of your website. Well, it doesn't matter what is it as well. You can write here new media. New media. And over here there is the address, the link to your website. So you need to type exactly, very carefully, the address of your domain. So http
Yes.
w// who? And so on, yes? So for example, if you have
Maybe link.
Ma se gli hai dato tramite
You
Google
have to put your website.
Not Google Analytics.
this is the address of your website, yes? You need to copy this or type it and paste it here.
Google Analytics. Again.
Hmm? Well, it could be without or with, it doesn't matter.
No. Just Google Analytics.
Okay, and here you need to choose the industry which is correct for your website. Right now it just doesn't matter what you choose.
No.
Could be the first one.
Download.
Michael, can you
Michael.
come? Can I do this? So he used her account, and now what? we should do?
Okay, so you already did everything. So wait a second, because
No, I will create you
Healthcare.
under that.
okay, so
I will create you account.
People and society.
if you did it, on the bottom of this page you have something like download the tracking code. Can you see it? Blue button. Click on it.
Get tracking ID.
Yes.
First one. Ni hao. Sorry, which
È sempre scappare e tornare a casa.
And now you need to accept the Google rules.
One more.
Accept. When you click the blue button with creating the tracking ID, you should see something like this. And later you need to accept the Google
And
rules.
after you accept,
So click accept. And you need to wait. Later, of course, when you're going to prepare your website, your country, and then want to later work in your country, so you need to choose everything to you. If you want to do international website, it's the best to choose everything with English. Okay? So right now it doesn't matter.
Okay. Mario with 1 arrow. 2. Wow. Don't worry.
Okay, and you should, when you accept this, you should see something like this.
Mario with 1 arrow.
Who has a problem with this? Who didn't succeed? Okay, so scroll this page to the bottom, and over here you can see the piece of the code. Yes, the script.
it's still loading.
Hmm? Loading. Okay, so you are going to wait. Okay, so now you are going to work with the code. This is the magic. Okay. This is the piece of JavaScript. It's beautiful, really. And we are going to implement JavaScript into your website. It's like right now your website is like a virgin, so you need to implement the piece of the code, and after this you are the
Never be a virgin again.
you are the you are ready for marketing.
Okay.
Skopiuj teksty, nie?
Copy.
Okay, do you have it?
You have to copy that text, okay?
Who hasn't?
Or not?
Who hasn't? Do you have it? It's still loading.
Qual era il copy guarda nella chiesa. Ma io sono di pari passo, poi dimmi lì.
Okay. Who has a problem?
L'ho capito, ma andando dimmi com'è.
No, ma quello devi mettere solo il nome e qua è l'URL.
Ma perché ce l'hai
Perché prima eri
Non siamo promesse, non lo
Beh, io ce l'ho però bisogna cercare quanti si ha quanti se ce l'hai Word,
Okay, who has a problem? Who else?
Stitch New Media.
Do you have it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have it. Okay. Listen carefully. Now it's going to be hard. Go back to your website, to your dashboard, and click the appearance.
Ah, vedi, abbiamo sbagliato.
Okay.
Click the appearance and yes, below you have the button editor. Editor. First you click appearance and later you have the next menu and over here you have the editor. You need to click it.
Back to your site. Appearance and editor.
So do you have it?
No, to your site. Where's your site?
Yes, you have it.
Okay. You're working at it. Just close the site.
So the question is, everyone see this beautiful code?
Yeah.
Okay.
Copy.
So in the right sidebar, you need to find the piece of the code with name header. Header. Click it.
What's that?
Header.
Header.
Head.
Copy. And okay, click on the header.
And then you have to search for header.
Do you have it? Did you click header? Over here, in the right sidebar, you have header. Do you have it?
Click it, but nothing happened.
Can I?
Things happen, you just don't understand PHP.
E questo è il tuo sito. E tu, quello tu. È come si chiama? E la base è uguale per tutti. No, che no? Ma che dici? Cioè, dopo un'ora tu mi dici che la base è uguale per tutti.
No.
Cioè, dopo un'ora
Okay, what about you?
Yes.
Do you have it? Yes, great. Header.
Yes, header.
And so
Io non vedo che scrivo.
you need to be sure that you click
E qual è il management?
the right piece of code. Over here you should to find the name header in the title of the piece of the code, header. Do you have it? If you change some other piece of code of your website, you're going to destroy it. So be careful, okay? Header. Well, look at the screen. We need to find some very specific line of the code. Over here, there is a small tag, closing tag, head.
Okay.
Over here,
Find it.
somewhere in the middle of this piece of code. Did you find it? Do you have it?
Vabbè, vengo a seguire con voi.
You? Do you have it? What about you? Do you have it?
Ok, show me.
Ma dipendiamo tutti da te. Non sbagliare, mi raccomando.
Scusa, non te la stai adesso invece dai per stare
Okay, so let's go back to your Google Analytics for a second and copy the piece of the code, everything.
Copy and
Copy.
Told you.
copy, yes. And now,
When you copy, go back to your dashboard,
okay.
to your header, and in the line, listen carefully, in the line before the closing tag head, before this short word head, you need to paste this way. Do you understand it? Over here, you have a head,
And after script.
and before it, you just need to paste the JavaScript from Google Analytics. Do you have it? When you did it, scroll the page to the bottom and click Update File. And wait when the file is finished updating. Okay. Success? Do you have it? Well, congratulations. You've finished to implement your Google Analytics code. After 24 hours, you can see the first data. So right now, if you want to see your Google Analytics data, go back to your Google Analytics. And in navigation, you should to see the button reporting, reports or something like this. Click on it.
Then update the file.
Hey, no.
And in the left sidebar, take a look. The left sidebar, here is it in Polish. Dancing. In the left sidebar, you have a lot of very useful buttons. Later, when you start to do your marketing, this will be the most important element in your work. Here in Google Analytics, you take a decision what you should do with your promotion. Right now it's empty. After 24 hours, your Google Analytics will start to gather data. And remember, now if we want to explore the Google Analytics very well, we need the next 2 weeks for this. So what I am doing right now is showing you the really basic, the first step. But later, when you go home, you need to do it on your own to explore all of these tools what I am showing you. So here is only the first step. Okay, can you see your dashboard in Google Analytics? Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, but sorry, can you choose like English?
You're in
You
Google
choose like
Analytics.
for your language, like
Go to the top.
easier for us to.
Yes, but I don't know why, but this browser changing in default the language as Polish.
Okay, because I also, I mean, I have.
No, you cannot see.
Yeah, in after the I don't know, I don't have the time right now, but after the lunch I changing it for you.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay.
Okay.
So, now you know how to implement your Google Analytics. Google Analytics is the most important tool for you in the future if you are going to work with marketing or if you're going to start your business. And for now, you can close your Google Analytics. Oh, like it.
That's all?
Well, you are right now like web developers. You are IT guys right now, you know? You implement your piece of code. Where the average salary for a web developer is not lower than 40,000 of euros per year. So it sounds nice. Yeah?
Esatto, è quello il problema.
Okay.
Creava dei gruppi decenti, non gruppi a cazzo.
Scusa, devo semplicemente.
Ma io gruppo decente.
Right now,
Ma
type
adesso cosa devo fare?
in your browser Google website again. Google search, yes. And type in a search Webmaster Tools. And click on the first link.
You have to sign it.
You need to sign up, log in into your Google account again. So I'm going to use Marek Class. Hello, Marek.
Exactly like this, but
What's up with your UI?
Multiply personality.
It's strange that I don't have right now schizophrenia or something like this. Every day I'm at least 10 person.
Questo una spalla.
I pay for it. There are a lot of websites in internet when you can buy the picture. Could you repeat?
If I chose kill only developers, then my ads would keep only people who have profile on Android.
So if you choose to reach only the people who works in I know IBM, yes, and you in employers here you check IBM employees. So you reach only the people who in their profile define their job as IBM.
So technically, if a person has a profile and looks at right now his profile and he's not IBM but has one of the status of a student still or something, for example, if a person has a profile, for example like me, and I didn't write that I'm a student, but I still have written down I have high school, and then I said here these things that I want and I'm looking for students. This ad will not, even though I am a student, because I didn't write my profile.
Yes. In this case, this won't reach you unless you define yourself as a student.
And also one more question is maybe like, but we, the ads we now connect only the people who I have on my profile, or which is the whole community?
Whole community of Facebook, of course. There is right now more than 1 billion people in network of Facebook. So it doesn't matter if you have some of them as your friends, or it doesn't matter if they are fans of your fan page. It doesn't matter. You can you can reach 1 billion people even if you have only one fan on your fan page, or even if you don't have any of fans. Okay, so for Facebook ad system it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many fans you have, how many friends you have on your private profile. It just doesn't matter. Okay, so if you have any idea for the demographic data, let's take a look at the interest. So, what interests could we write here to define our target group? Sport. Let's type sport. And we have here two groups, sports in generally, and sports and outdoors. Well, let's check the first one. And here you can see how Facebook estimates the group of the people, your potential audience. So right now, in Poland, we have 2 million people in age 25, 35, and interested in sport and speaking Polish language. So maybe something else. How do we define more our potential audience? What do you think? Stable job and financial situation good. Do you have any idea how should we reach only the people with these features? Well, we don't have an idea right now, so we just miss it.
Maybe we can focus on this kind of sport that means to invest a lot in equipment, and
Could you repeat?
maybe we can focus on people that invest a lot in equipment. Like for example, if you go for kite surfing, so you need a kite and anything.
Yes, this is very good direction. So, what is the? We need to find the sport. What this discipline where you need some money if you want to do it. Did I understand it correct?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just an idea.
Yeah. What do you think about this? What kind of sport is only for the people who has the money? Or at least they are in the same situation what we are aiming for. Hmm? Ski?
Golf.
I don't hear you. You need to speak louder because really I barely hear you.
Golf.
Golf. Golf. Search. Volkswagen Golf. So here we have one phrase golf, but we don't know what does it exactly mean. If is it Volkswagen Golf, for example, included in the first one, or is it the sport discipline golf? So let's check it. So right now Facebook suggests us that those two groups, all sports and goals, cannot work together. So let's try to change this picture and let's see what Facebook shows us. $84,000 people. Wow, it sounds much more interesting. Because if our target group is too big, that means that it's not specified enough. Okay, let's leave right now the interest. We will come back to here later. Here we have some interesting feature, connection. Let's check the advanced connection targeting. And I told you that numbers of fans on your fan page doesn't matter so much unless you want to use the Facebook ad system in your marketing, because when you just try to publish on your own some new posts, some new ads, remember that only few percent of the people see. But very good target group for your advertisement are your fans. So here you can, for example, target your group only to the people, to the audience, which is who are your fans on Facebook. Here you cannot see because this might take a count here. Okay, so for example, ITflow right now has 21,000 of fans. So here I can type that I want to reach with my ads only the people who are the fans of ITflow. And first I need to change here the country, because there is not a lot of Polish people on ITflow. Let's check India. So take a look. Only for people coming from India and being the fans of ITflow. So I have very good defined target group, 6,800 of people. And what does it mean? Guys, Italians, I can hear you here and you really start me. If I target my group as a people from my fan page, that means I don't need to specify with any other feature. For example, I don't need to precise what kind of interest they should to have, what language and so on, because I know that on my fan page I have only people interested in IT stuff. So you can use your fans later as a perfect target group for your product or for your service. Okay. You can, of course, for example, type here the name of fan page of your competition. If you have some competitors and they have a fan page, you can reach the people who are the fans of your competitors. It's very cool. Do you understand me? Okay. And the last thing, before we start to work with more advanced option, it's one more interesting feature. For example, you can target your group here to the friends of your fans. And it's very good because when, for example, I see that my friend like or subscribe some new fan page, I'm always checking what's going on with this fan page. So it's very good target group as well to reach the people who are the friends of your fans. And here you can check it. Include people whose friends are connected to, and here you can choose your fan page or the fan page of your competitors and so on. Okay. And here we have very important section about your budget. In Facebook Ads system, you can pay with two different ways. You can pay some money every time when someone clicks on your ad, So this is CPC model, cost per click. So for example, if Facebook display your ad to 10,000 people and only 10 people click on it, you pay only for 10 clicks. So if we have 10,000 views and only 10 clicks. So first, that means that we specify our target group very wrong. But the second important thing is that we don't pay for 10,000 people, for 10,000 views, we pay only for 10 clicks. And it's very good for us, because we pay for a result. And CPC model is a little bit more advanced option when you pay for views. You pay for every 1,000 views of your ad. So, at the beginning, when you start your campaign on Facebook, the best way is to start with CPC model, because at the beginning you don't know exactly what works and what won't. But after, when you specify your target group very well, and for example you estimate your target group for 10,000 people, and you are sure that from these 10,000 people, majority is interested in your topic, it's very good to choose CPM model, because if in this case, when we are sure that our target group is perfect, and we display our ad for 10,000 people, maybe 2,000 click on it, and we don't need to pay for 10,000 clicks. We only pay for every 1,000 of views. So, for example, I can tell you some examples of the price. Of course, it depends very much on the situation, case. But for one click, you can pay, for example, 10 cents. Yes, and for 1,000 views, you can pay. You can pay 50 cents. Let's assume that it's something like this. So, if in a CPC model, we need to pay for every click, and we pay 10 cents for one click, so we pay €1 for 10 clicks. From this campaign, yes, even if we reach 10,000 people but only 10 clicks, we pay €1. But here, if for example, we choose the CPM model and we reach 10,000 people, and from this 10,000, 2,000 people click our ads, it's better for us to choose CPM, because in this case we need to pay 10,000 clicks and 10 cents for every click. It's better for us to pay €1 for 10,000 views, because we choose CPM model. I'm going to explain it again, because maybe it's a little bit complicated. Take a look. We have the case. So, we can pay 10 cents, euro cents, for one click, or we can pay 50 cents for 1,000 views. And if we have a case that in one campaign, we reach with our 10,000 people, and from this 10,000 people, we have only 10 clicks. How much money do we need to pay?
€1.
Hmm?
€1.
Yes, €1. Okay. And if we choose the CPM model that we need to pay for 10,000 views, how much money we need to pay? In this case, for 10,000 views, well, no, it's fine. And we have only 10 clicks. How much money we need to pay in this case? Here is €1, and here.
€5,000. Yeah, €5,000.
5,000 euros.
Am I right? You said like 10,000.
Here is 10,000 views. Yes, the same here.
But you're paying.
And we pay only 50 cents for 1,000 views.
Ah, okay. €5.
The result is the same, 10 clicks, but we pay a completely different price.
Yeah.
But what if, for example, we have the situation that we pay for 1 click and 1,000 views. We reach and we have 1,000 clicks. So, in this case, we have 10,000 views, but 1,000 clicks.
€100.
Yes. And here,
Yes, €50.
yes. No.
What's that here?
It's only
€5.
€5. The result is the same, but the price is very different.
Yeah.
So, to have so many clicks from our target group, we need to specify our target group very good. Sometimes it takes weeks before you find the perfect target group for you, but in this case you can reach the very great result. So your conversion rate is then very high. So at the beginning we always start with CPC model, because it's better if you don't know exactly if our target group is correct or is it. But later when we see that our conversion rate is bigger and bigger and better, we can change our model for CPM. Because if we really have the perfect target group, it will be much more profitable for us to choose CPM and pay €5 than €100 for the same result. But if our target group isn't perfect, the better is if we choose the CPC model. Do you have understand this? In 10 minutes we do break, but before it I need to explain you exactly how it works, this payment plan. So here you can estimate your daily budget. You can tell to the Facebook how much money would you like to spend every day. For example, here Facebook suggests me to spend 15 zlotys, or is around 4 euros per day. And if I type this number here, Facebook never spent more than I want. So you can choose the option to spend every day 15 zlotys, around 4 euros, or you can just tell the Facebook that for an entire campaign, for example, if you want to run your campaign 10 days, yes. So for these 10 days, you can choose the option. Here we have the suggestion for Facebook 1,000 PLN, and so 250 euros. So it's up to you how you manage your money.
One question on
Yes.
For example, is it better for at the beginning to use the budget per day?
Yes, because you have bigger control then.
And you can analyze, no? After that,
Yes.
you can have the Facebook insights.
And in every moment you can change it. So if you see that the result of your marketing is good and you earn money, so you can change your daily budget for bigger number. So in every moment you can change it, or you can yes, just manage it how you wish.
And to choose,
here, what's the question?
to choose this CPC model or CPM,
Yes, here,
it's about price, no?
bidding.
Oh, okay.
And here you can, well, okay. So here you can choose the second option for clicks, CPC, and here optimize for impression, so CPM. And miss the first option, because this is the Facebook suggestion and this is a more advanced option. Just miss it, optimize for clicks, so CPC, or optimize for impression, CPM. So for example, choose optimize for clicks. And then we can see here some more options. Manually set to maximum bid for clicks, and you should choose it because in other way Facebook will choose it, and Facebook always make a decision what is profitable for Facebook, not for you. So always try to do everything manually. And take a look. Here Facebook suggests us the price that we should to pay for every click, something between 21 Polish currency, so 21 groszy and 48 groszy. So we need to choose something between this, but we don't need to hear Facebook. So at the beginning we can type here whatever we want, because later we need to optimize it. When we see the result, we need to manage our price. And remember that, for example, this is very important. advertising system on Facebook is an auction. So that means that if here you can type the maximum price you wish to pay for one click. Let's assume that you want to pay. Okay, I will say that this is the euro cent is better. So for one click, this is maximum for me. I don't want to pay more than 50 cents for every click. But it doesn't mean that for every click I will pay the 50 cents. For example, on Facebook there is a lot of companies who compete with me for the same target group. So let's assume that we have the first company.